if you look at this now, this procedure is now doing what we did in terms of the insert that we did before. Look at what the procedure did. Insert into, and I've taught you insert into. So insert into job history. Can you see? This is the procedure that automatically inserted any employee into the job history when you alter the employee job ID or department ID. Insert into job history, employee ID, start date, end date, job ID, department ID, values. You see? Now, these values are coming from here. Emp, start date, which is what you are seeing here, end date, and all these other ones. That is what is doing. But where did he get these parameters from? He got it from the trigger. Are you with me? He got it from this trigger. This, yeah. This one, he got it from here. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see how it's flowing? So from the table that you did something in the table, the trigger activated, took those old data that were in that table, and then pushed it to the procedure, and then the procedure inserted it into the job history table. The system did this without you knowing. Without you knowing. So when you hear forensic people, those forensic people that usually come to check, and they are coming to check a database, this is what they do. So you will not know. You that alter something using the front end application, that change it, you did not know, or even the back end, you didn't know that there were procedures or triggers that were written. If you are not very good in understanding that, you just learn the SQL language and then you use it to alter something in the database. You didn't know that there is a place where all those your alteration has been saved. So you bring in somebody who is a forensic personnel to come and check and see if there was anything tampered with, anybody that tampered with that database. So if you don't have that full knowledge, that person is going to come and dig it out and show to whoever it is that gave that assignment that, listen, this is what they did to the database. So if there was any fraud, we can pull it out. Are you with me? So you can see how far you understanding this language goes. So and if you look at this, it is the same thing with humanity. It's the same thing with how we live our life. You know, this is the same thing as saying there's a problem in the family, and then you have to go to, in those days, in our own tradition, you go to the oracle and you can see the name. The name is similar. Of course, that is where they got it from. You know, when we go to our own oracle to go and find out in reality what is happening to the child or what is happening to the family, and then the oracle is going to consult, what do you think that they are doing? This is exactly what they are doing. Exactly what they are doing. So because that priest that you went to meet understands the language, and then is going to speak that language to communicate with the gods, and then the gods are going to check where all those data have been kept, which means every of our action as human being is being recorded. And there is a database for it. That's why we have time. So we have the past, we have the present, we have the future. So there are things recorded. So it means that there is a database in which all our actions as human beings is being recorded. That is why when you consult the oracle and they communicate, and you go to the priest and they communicate with the oracle, they tell you what happened in the past, what this child has done, or what the father or the mother of this child or grandfather they've done. That means there is a database where they could access and pull out those informations. Are you with me? So the same thing is happening in churches today. When you talk of prayer, that's exactly what we are doing. We are querying the database to pull out information. So when we talk about faith, we are talking about if you don't impute something in a place and then you are going to withdraw, how are you going to do that? You cannot. So that means there is a language. The language we are speaking is doing exactly what you are looking at. So that is the beauty of it. So it's not just about learning technology. this technology that we are learning is coming from reality, from human existence. They got it from how we are living. This language that we are speaking, this English language is a language to query the database. Our dialect is a language to query the database. There is a database that has our past, our present, and our future in it that you can query and pull out things. So it means that you can equally go to the database to update, which means if there is a reoccurrence of things or event in your life, that particular thing that is causing it can be updated. And that is what we do on a daily basis when we pray or we go to, we carry out some certain spiritual event. So it's the same thing. Everything is the same. That is what I'm showing you. So behind the scene, you can see now how the job history table is updated. So now I'm trying to delete a particular employee, and it's telling me that I cannot delete because there is a child part that has been found, which means there was an alteration that caused the database to save in the employee job history. So for me to be able to delete this, I must delete that job history. So I am going to do it for you to see. So you are clear now. I've taken you around the database, showing you a lot of other functionalities of the database. And then we are going to come back to our key lecture today, which is what? Deleting. Now, I am going to delete that table, and you will see how I will do it. So, trying to delete this now, let's run it again. It tells me there's an error. So it's showing me the error, which is the integrity constraint. And what is it saying? It's telling me that I have to delete that child first before I can delete this parent. Or I should remove the constraint, which is the law that is linking this parent to the child. Are you seeing the option it's giving me? It's saying that you want to delete this parent, but I have found a child existing. So meaning this parent has a child. Now, two things you have to do. Either you cut off the link between this parent and the child so that you can delete the parent and the child will still be alive, or you delete the child and then come and delete the parent. Very interesting, right? Okay. So now let's delete the child and then come and delete the parent. So we go to the job history table. Now I'm going to say select star from job. So that is the job history table. Now this is the job history table where I think it has employee ID equals to 207. Now look, you see it? Can you see? This is the 207 employee ID. So it means that it was when we changed this job ID that this job history table was populated, following that trigger to that procedure. So that was when it was populated. Now this is the link. So this is linked to that. Now, what linked this to that employee table is a constraint. A constraint did that linking. So when you are trying to delete from a table, there are so many activities that has taken place before the delete will occur. But it has happened so fast that you did not even notice it. Are you with me? It happened so fast that you didn't notice it. So now I am going to delete this. So I'm going to delete from this job history. Copy. So delete from job history. See, delete from job history where employee ID equals to this. Is deleted. I commit. Now it's deleted. So if I query for this employee again in the job history, you see, it's not there. I've deleted it. Now let's delete the employee now from the employees table. Are you following me? You see, deleted. It didn't give me any error again. I commit. Now let's check the employee table. Can you find that employee? No. Let's go back. How many? Initially it became 108. Now we are back to our 107. If you look at the job history table, based on when we did our lecture of union. Through the union, we're able to understand how many employees have changed job since they joined the company, and there were just about 7 of them. So we have 100 employees that have not changed their job and probably have not changed department. So if the job ID and the department ID has not been altered, because that trigger and that procedure is talking about job ID and department ID. So if there is an employee that you have not done anything to their job ID and their department ID, those employees will not be existing in the job history table. So it means that employee does not have any child. Are you with me? So it's such an employee you can delete. But if not, if that employee has any child in the job history table and you try to delete it, it will throw you this error. So it will tell you either you disable the constraint that is linking them together, or you go to that job history table, delete that child first before you come and delete the parent, which is exactly what we have done. So you can see how we are manipulating the database. Good. So that is employees. And so I just deleted one employee. Now, we can also delete an employee based on a query, based on subquery. So this case now, I'm going to use the emp table. I'm going to use the emp table. So in the emp table, I will remove this. I'm going to, because I've deleted that employee now. So now this is the emp table. This is emp table. I created this table. It's not the same thing as the employee table. We have deleted this Joseph from the employee table, but we have Joseph in the emp table because I created the emp table and I duplicated everything from that employee table to it. But look at this Joseph in this department table. The department ID is 272. So I am going to do something. I am going to say delete from emp. Delete from emp, where delete from emp where department, this one I'm going to use department ID, where department ID equals to, now I should have stated equals to 272. I don't want to do it that way. I want to delete using a subquery of selecting from another table. So I will come here, enter here, I will say select department underscore ID from department where department underscore name, right? Remember, okay, let me show you something. Yeah, select star from department, terminate. Look at this. We created customer care, right? Okay, now customer care is 272. Can you see? Customer care is 272. It means that in this place, what that means is that Joseph Okon is in customer care because department ID is 272. Can you see that? Can you see that? Is 272. Now, what I want to do now is that delete from emp where department ID equals, department ID. Where department ID equals, select department ID from department. Where department name, I will now bring in another clause. We did this condition. Where department name, like, I can put it on that same now. Like, then I'll put, I taught you this too. We've done this before. So now, customer. So I'll just leave it at that. and then I'll close my parentheses and terminate. So this one, if I run this subquery, let's see. You see, the subquery is going to return 272. Are you with me? It's going to return 272. So delete from employee where department ID equals to this. Now, if I have more than one employee that is in that department, so I choose that because I only have one employee, which is Joseph Okon. If you look at this, if I choose a department that is department 90, it means that all the employees that are 90 will be deleted. If that employee is among the job history table, it will throw us an error. So I'm very sure that this particular employee is not in the job history table because I don't think I did anything, I changed anything here concerning this employee. But let's see, we'll find out. If it gives us an error, we'll know. So now 207, and if it is already, I've deleted it from the employee, from the job history table, so it shouldn't give me an error. So what I'm doing now is that I am writing a query. I'm going to delete this Joseph from this employee table based on the subquery of another table. Select department ID from department where department name like customer. So this like customer, in that department, it is customer care. But because I'm putting this percentage, is a wildcard search. I taught you this one of the classes. A wildcard search saying anything that contains customer, bring it out. So customer care contains customer. So it means it's going to return 272, and that is what it did. I ran it and you saw it, 272. So 272 is being returned to this department ID. Now it's going to delete from this M table the person that has whatever this subquery is going to return. So I'm going to execute it. See? It's done. Then I just commit. So when I go back there again and I click here, see, you are not seeing it again. It's gone. When you look at it, they are back 107. Initially it was 108. Now it's now 107. So it's deleted. See, I deleted that employee now from my employee emp using this subquery. Are you with me? Now I'm going to delete everybody from this employee emp. I'm going to delete everybody from this employee M. And that, I told you, I will remove this where clause. So I delete the where clause, I delete this, and I'm just going to terminate this. So this is it. Delete from emp. I am not going to put the where condition. What this will do is to delete everybody from the M table. So let me execute it for you to see. See? Done. I'm going to commit. Committed. Now, select emp. Can you see? I still have the employee, I still have the table structure, but no data. So I am still able to select from employee, and it's showing me columns, but there is no rows, no data in it because I deleted everything. So this is a very dangerous move when you are working in live data. If you make this mistake and you did not create a duplicate table, you are in serious trouble. And I've committed. Do you understand? So it means that I can still populate this employee table. So this is saying I packed everything out of the house, but the house is still standing. The house is not demolished. I am going to use another language, another language to completely demolish the house. Are you with me? Which is what? Data definition language. So data manipulation language is what I have used to pack everybody out of the house, but the house is still standing. So that is what I have to show you.